There's no word, yeah, that could actually describe my happiness in my heart, my whole body and my soul. Like, I am extremely happy. Welcome back to my channel. It's Rene Marcus. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and if you're new to my channel, please do me that favor and press that subscribe button. Guys, I am so happy. However, this happiness kind of came with sadness because of the incident that has happened in the Gambia. We lost our own. So I'm saying sorry to the family that have lost a son, a brother, a husband, and a loved one. So I'm truly sorry about your loss. Moving on. 2 days ago, an incident happened in the Gambia. There was a protest in the Gambia. Yes, it started with a Senegalese robbing a home in the Gambia, end up stabbing a Gambian brother. And I must advise my Gambian brothers and sisters that we should take it easy on our Senegalese brothers and sisters. Remember, we're all the same at the end of the day. Wait before you comment. Wait. The reason why I'm saying this is because, yes, some Senegalese have done extremely something horrible in the country. But let's remember that not all Senegalese are bad. We still have the good ones in the country doing amazingly well, supporting other Gambians. Just like we have Gambians in Senegal. We all know, most of us, when we go to Senegal, we don't get treated like how we treat Senegalese. But remember this, Gambia is the smiling coast of Africa. Gambia welcomes guests. That's what we know, and that's what Gambia represents. We welcome guests. We love our guests because we're the smiling coast. We open our arms. Not every country is like that. So let's not be exactly like Senegal. If Senegal is treating us bad, let's not treat them bad. Let's show them we're not the same like them. Please, my people. At the end of the day, it's only a border between us and Senegal, but we're the same. It's hard, I know, because things that I've heard people said, especially Gambians talking about Senegalese, how we get treated when we go to Senegal. It's not right and it shouldn't be done. But I'm not going to blame the Senegalese. I will take it back to the government. Do you know why? Because if the government, our leader, the head of state, doesn't respect us, doesn't respect its own people, who else do you think will respect us? Who else do you think will give us that security that we need? The security of the country should be the priority of the head of state. But let's not forget the freedom of movement between Gambia and Senegal and other African countries, except the Chinese. I'll get to them in a minute. But I'm talking about the peace that should remain between Gambia and Senegal. Whoever causes a crime should be dealt with accordingly. Just previously, I heard about the robbery. Over millions of dollars were robbed in a car. After the guy went to the bank to collect such a huge amount of money, he was being followed. And it wasn't a Gambian that did it. Apparently, it was a Senegalese. These crimes, we used to have petty crimes, but they have moved on to more than it being just a petty crime. These are concerned crimes that the government should look into. What us, the Gambians, can do, the government can do more. It's very important that the government protects its people. That's the only way foreigners will come in the country and respect the rules and regulation of a country, because we have one. If we do not have a law put in place for the security of the people, then any person can come in and do whatever they want. And that's what these Senegalese are doing, and other foreigners. So let's not put the anger on these foreigners. Let's put the anger on the government. Because if the government is to set a rule straight and say, listen, this is Gambia, you must follow this rule when you come to this country, these are the security of the country, I think people, outsiders, will respect the country, will respect its people. But if people are crying every single day saying the government does not protect its people, who else will? The outsiders? Definitely not. Right. Now let's move on to the Chinese meal factory. Oh my God. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I am so happy it got burned down, but it didn't actually got burned down. It just got burned down a little. I was saying to people that I know that were watching it, saying if I was there, I would take my drum and start dancing. You've never seen Rene dance, but that day you would have seen me dance. Because I would dance with the drum. It's a celebration. And if I could make that day be a public holiday in the Gambia, I would. Because Gambians are waking up. You know? It was just meant to happen that we had to lose a brother before we wake up. But even though Gambians were trying to do this for a long time, but just didn't have the guts to do it. But when they touched a brother, you touch all. I've said this in one of my videos. Us Gambians should be one. We should be together. We should stick up for each other. And that's what Gambians did 2 days ago. The Senegalese that killed a brother should be dealt with. I don't care what happens to that one. Apparently he has been arrested. But justice must happen. Can you imagine a fish meal factory for pigs in our country? Hold on. Did I just say pigs or Chinese pigs? So the government gets paid a little for Chinese to have such a huge amount of land to build that nonsense fish meal factory and get given our own people some... Okay, let me just rephrase this, because I want to talk to my people in a way that they will understand me without me getting angry today, because I did said I am happy. The government gave the Chinese a huge plot of land for them to build their fish meal factory, and also offices and apartments that they should live in. Look at those nonsense apartments that they build with offices. Some low-class fish meal factories they build in Gambia. Even for the Chinese to build something decent in the country, they don't want to, because it's not their country. All they want is our resources. Look at the site that they were showing, if you watch the actual news of the burning site of the fish meal factory, where Gambians get given a place where they sell their fish and everything. Look how disgusting and unhygienic that area is. No one is there to sensitize our own people. No one is there to develop that area for our people. But Chinese get given a huge plot of land for them to have a fish meal factory for Chinese pigs. How many tons, millions of bags of fish are actually there? Those fish gets processed to be powder, fish mash for pigs, Chinese pigs. While the Gambia cries every single day that the sea is dry. We don't have the right equipment to go in that sea to get proper fish for the people. But the government can have a contract with the Chinese to have a fishmeal factory for the pigs, which means that the Gambian government prioritized Chinese pigs more than they prioritize their own people. And they think that's okay. When the people go out to protest, they get arrested. When people go out to steal, they get arrested. But what do they expect our people to do if the government is not there for them? If governments are to give Chinese such huge plots of land to basically have fishmeal factories for their Chinese pigs, what would they give the Chinese themselves? No wonder why they can offer Chinese to have huge plot of lands to remove Gambians out of there, because Chinese pigs are even more important than Gambian people. I said I'm happy, and I will make that influence in Gambian people to burn every single company that does not benefit us, and nothing will come out from it. Gambia is owned by Gambians. It's not owned by the government because we put the government there. And the way Gambians started like this, they should finish off this fight. They didn't burn that place like I wanted them to. Everything should have come down and be ashes. I would have been more happier. But they did well. It's just to set an example that we are capable and we will do it if we have to. And we will. If any of these Chinese people are listening to me, you better watch out. You might as well start packing your stuff, because we will not let you be in our country feeding your pigs while our people are suffering. If I have to pay people to start a protest in the Gambia to burn down every single Chinese fishmeal, I will do it. Because it's about time we take back what belongs to us. This nonsense the Chinese have started with the government, we will not stand for it. Gambians are ready for their lives to be taken away, but they will get back what they deserve. The government must do what we want because it's our country. We will keep talking for the voiceless, and we will keep motivating the voiceless so that they know we are here for them. They're not alone in this fight. How many times have people come out? Have our people been crying that foreigners are killing our people? I don't blame those foreigners. I blame the government. Because no one, for example, no one will come to my house and do whatever they want because there are house rules. You do as I please in my own house, just like Gambia. If there's no rules in my house, then people will do whatever. Every country has a security law. And there are consequences if you do not obey. So why not Gambia? Barrow, I hope this is a lesson learned. These Chinese creating contracts with you people because they bring a box of gloves, boxes of vaccine, boxes of mask, boxes of God knows hand sanitizers. You then give them a huge plot of lands, authorize them to build fishmeal factories when those fishmeal factories could have been ours. To build those useless fishmeal factories is so easy and so cheap. You can't even do that. The fishery industry to develop it, bring the equipment that we need. Our people can fish. We can sell it to them if they want it with the price that we set. I said this on my previous video. Gambians, you give them small, you have big. And if we remain like this, we will remain poor forever. If someone with brain was to go to the government to try and stick up for their country, they will charm you till you die. Because the non-educated one wants to rule the country when they don't know shit, they know nothing. Gambian government, all they keep doing is sticking up for a friend, sticking up for a family member to have a higher post. For instance, if Rene was to go and stand for government, what would happen? They will charm me till I die. Because all we believe in is voodoo. We won't use our voodoo on the right people for the right thing, but we will use it to fight one another. And then the dumb ones will sit on that throne to rule the people for their own selfish gain. Just look at the Chinese fishmeal factory. How people were crying, saying, this fishmeal factory, they've always wanted to burn it down because it kills people with smell. How many tons, thousands of bags did you see with fish powder? How many? The smell, the fishmeal factory shouldn't be where people are. Shouldn't be where the living environment is. Where the residents are. It should be way far in the bushes. Not to disturb people with order. But is that happening? The government doesn't even care where these fishmeal factories are located. Killing people with disgusting order. Because of what? Chinese pigs. People are crying saying fish is expensive. 3 tiny fishes, you will buy it for $500. While the Chinese are having thousands, millions of our fish. Even tiny baby fish are being killed for Chinese pigs. Chinese pigs, Chinese pigs. Is that fair? Then what do we have? How about the humans? Our own fish, our own resources, we are not benefiting from it. But the Chinese pigs are benefiting from it. And Barrow, you think that's right? Ministry of Fishery, you think that is right? And all the other Gambian ministers, you think that's right? The people's voice is not even being heard. Outsiders are laughing at us every single day. Gambia will never develop. When I sit and say Gambia is the third world country, people get angry. But it's the fact. Till we change our ways. What is this? A lot of Gambian people in the diaspora don't even want to do much in their country because they know the challenges they're going to face, but I'm ready for it. The ones that are saying, why are you still in the UK? You are just being ignorant, because if you knew better, you wouldn't ask me that question. Wait till I go in my country and you will see what Rene is capable of. Thank you so very much for watching. I'm out of here.